Hello and welcome to the Camera Shy podcast. We are back and we have a guest, and it is Flynn, who has been doing some work experience with us. It's been, how many days have you done? You've done a week this week.
Yeah, I've done the whole week a little while ago. We mixed it up.
Yeah.
So probably about, I don't know.
10, 12 days?
Yeah,
something
probably
like that.
about that.
More than that. You're here tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
As well. Yeah.
Okay. A baker's dozen. So, you've been taught. I've been pretty busy actually, so sorry for not being able to help as much as I should be able to. But the guys who have also been busy, ELLIE and EMRE, they've been helping you out, teaching you some little bits and bobs, showing you around the studio. How has it been?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been nice to see what it's like on a regular basis, to see what you all do here. And
a lot of sitting in a chair staring at a screen, right?
Yeah, well, that's what it's like editing anyway. But
very true. So you are actually a content creator, bona fide. I can say that, can't I? Bona fide. Bona fide. It's normal. Yeah, he's a legit creator. How many followers have you got on your YouTube?
On YouTube, I'm at 585 subscribers so far.
Well, it's at least 500 more than we've got for this podcast. So up your game, people. Tell your friends and your families. So what sort of content do you do?
I do gaming content and VR content. So I do stuff like Gorilla Tag and stuff like that mainly. I've been doing more shorts lately as well because they do better, as you probably know. I've been doing that since February of 2022 with my new channel.
What's your channel?
HammerBoy 365.
There we go.
Yeah, give it a follow. We'll tag in the YouTube podcast event tag
description.
In description. I keep wanting to call it caption, but captions are like closed captions, and it gets very
description
confusing.
on YouTube.
Description, caption, whatever. We've got some questions. Well, you've got some questions for us. Do you want to set us to task?
For the first question is, what advice would you give to younger people like me for their future in the industry?
Ooh. It's probably one for you, because you sort of see, you're young and you see both sides, I guess.
Yeah. I think the number one advice I would give is actually do what you and your dad did and just take that leap of faith and go and ask for work experience. You know, I don't know who found the studio, if it was you, your dad.
I think it was my dad. Searched, had a look.
If I was in your position at your age, I would have been too scared to. And if we're like side by side, you clearly have now got more experience than I would have had. So definitely take that leap of faith and try and get work experience. If you have some equipment, you got a camera, practice video, practice photography, whatever you're into. And you're 15. By the time you get to my age, if you do it every day, you already do content, so you're going to have 5 years ahead of me.
I think we said it the first time we looked at this question in one of our first podcasts. We were just saying what would be advice to someone starting out and creating, just doing it. Because, everyone's got a camera, at least on their phone. If you want to be a photographer, take stills. If you want to be a videographer, make videos. So that's the best thing. And then you're kind of getting practical knowledge. You pick things up a lot quicker.
Yeah. So just practice and
just keep practicing.
Yeah. And if you kind of know what you want to be, so say if you want to be a director of photography or you want to be a cameraman, then that's quite good to kind of go into the pathways early on. So you don't have to do a bit of everything like I do, for instance. I'm really broad, and that kind of holds you back in a way because you know a bit of everything, which makes you useful for certain things, but then for high end stuff, it would be good to specialize. What's the second question?
It's a bit of a random one, but if you were on your deathbed, what would be your last food you could have?
I think this one's for you, Lloyd.
Oh, because I'm closer to my deathbed. First thing that popped into my head would be a T-bone steak, I guess.
Oh, right.
But with the side of KFC, I guess. I think I'd be disappointed by the amount I could eat Like I'd want more. I'd want a bit of everything.
Right. Yeah.
And then it'd be like I've done too much. This is actually not enjoyable now.
Mhm.
And then it'd ruin it, I think.
Yeah, I think I'd put on my favourite movie. Just ask
To eat.
To eat.
No, just to ask my family to leave the room.
All right.
Put on Interstellar or something.
Right.
As soon as the Hans Zimmer soundtrack kicks in, just that'd be
Just
the
die.
ideal way to go.
Oh, right. So no food.
Nah, I'm sure I would have had some food during the day. Priority is the film.
It's
Film
not-
and soundtrack.
It's not fun for you because you're diabetic. So you're like, oh, I'm going to
Go
inject.
Yeah.
For food, I don't know. Maybe like pot noodle.
Wait, was the question about food?
Yeah.
I kind of forgot the question after you said it.
It's like your last meal.
Last food.
Oh, sorry, I zoned out and I heard what's the last thing you would do?
No,
Last
food.
food. Okay. Sushi. Yeah, we'll
Oh.
just have some sushi.
Yeah.
Not a fun answer, but that's the honest answer. Sushi and Interstellar. Huh?
Is it 'cause it's carb free?
The rice has
maybe.
carbs.
That's
though.
good. Yeah, but who cares at
It's-
that point, you know?
Yeah.
I'm going to go in like an hour or two.
That could actually be what finishes you off, the food. If you don't inject for your meal, then you'll just be like, this is my last meal. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's fine. And Interstellar. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, it'll mix of both.
I might watch that tonight, to be honest.
yeah.
Put that idea in my head.
And you don't want your family around you. You just want to be on your own.
Oh, when the movie starts, yeah, because they'll get him like,
Mummy dearest.
You'd rather
Shoo.
film over family.
yeah, bro, you'd spend years with family.
Yeah, but
It's my last movie experience.
Yeah, but
You know?
Wow. I didn't realize. I didn't realize it was that important to you.
It is
I
important.
know you like film.
I
but
love films, man.
I didn't
Over
realize it was
family.
that. Like,
what's the best part of working in the creation industry?
yeah, I would
So-
say the variety. Like one day you'll be doing headshots for, someone, and then the next day you'll be making a video for someone, so it keeps it a little bit fresh. Like every so often you'll get jobs that are recurring and you'll do the same thing. But yeah, it's nice to kind of have a bit of variety when you're doing stuff. I'd say that kind of stands out. It's definitely not the money.
Yeah.
Like you can get to like good levels, but I mean, it's you start freelancing and then it's like a bit of a survival thing because if you don't work, you don't get paid, stuff like that. But yeah, like once you work up, it's plenty. But yeah,
I think networking, man. Like you're gonna make so many friends. I've made so many friends just by going to like the create days. We said this before. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but networking is very important because you'll know someone and then they'll have a job, and then photographer, videographer, whatever you do, and they might think of you, and then you go do that event, you make new friends, and then kind of the cycle continues.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely networking.
Just a big loop,
Yeah,
just to keep going.
exactly. And obviously, if you practice and you've got the experience and you're better than other people, they're going to think of you first.
always let people know what you do as well because you never know who will actually recommend you for something. Like I've got a good friend, Ronnie, who works with a guy and they're starting up a few podcasts. So he was like, I know you haven't got time to like edit the whole thing yourself. So give this guy a shout. And then, so we had a chat this week. So yeah, hopefully we'll be working with them, make some really cool stuff for them. But yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Like sometimes things will come out of nowhere and like even how you found this place was kind of, like you networked and then reached out. And
Ellie.
said, yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I found this place.
Ellie's behind the cameras.
How did Ellie find out then?
So yeah, so that's
How
even
did you get here?
that's even more of a leap, I guess. So the guy who plastered firstly my house, and then secondly the curve, he knows Ellie really well and was like, she's a great young photographer. Like, I'll give her your details. She'll be keen to come and try out and help
Some
you
more
out.
networking then.
Yeah, exactly. Like with a plasterer, so you never really know.
Yeah.
Like, but he's actually quite creative. He's in a band, so he like sort of knows music industry stuff. He's the cousin of one of my good friends as well. So
Yeah.
like it's funny how everything is connected.
Yeah. Fourth question is, What funny memories have you got from school?
Oh,
I've mentioned a lot.
it was a long time ago. School.
To be honest, me and my mates would fuck around in like every lesson, so there's a little bit of just bits and bobs. But French, we took the piss in French.
Oh,
We didn't care about French.
Yeah.
I can't even give you a specific moment. It would just be like, we turn up in French. I would sit at the back. It was like a L shape, and then there was like more tables in the middle, another L shape. So I would sit in that corner, and the teacher's desk would be in the opposite corner, and she just gave up on me. Like I wasn't a bad student, but I just didn't care for French. So she'd be teaching. Me and my friends would be laughing in the corner. Now and again, she'd tell us to shut up, but yeah, I fucking love French. And Year 8 science. Year 8 science, for some reason, very specific. I have an ant memory. And it's not even funny, it's just an ant falling off a desk. But we were crying, laughing. For some reason, I don't know what the inside joke was.
I can't wait to leave. It's so bad.
Yeah,
Just don't let my teacher see this, or I'll get in trouble.
I'm sure
It's
you'll be
funny how
so.
everyone says that. Can't wait to leave. Like I feel old saying it now, but my mum was like, "Oh, you're gonna miss hanging out with them."
It's like
go
wishing your
to
life
school.
away, isn't it? It's like,
In
can't
a
wait till
way,
I'm
yeah.
older, and then can't wait, and then you're like older, and you're like, could do with being a bit younger, to be fair.
Yeah, I want to be like the right age, like 19, 20. That's when I.
That's not the right age, man.
No, 17 was the best age around.
Yeah, you're still carefree. You still don't really
Get into
care.
clubs, you can get into pubs.
Can you?
Yeah. Well, like, yeah, you get yourself into them if you need to.
17,
Yeah.
age.
Mm.
Yeah.
Just went downhill from that one.
Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite class?
Engineering's quite a good one
Mm.
because we do a lot of practical in there, and I've got a lot of mates in there as well, so we just mess around.
Does your dad do engineering? Because he works at Ford, right?
He does. He used to. He done an apprenticeship in mechanical engineering,
Right.
and then he's moved to the communication side of things now. But yeah, because I've got my mum's two brothers both work at Ford. My dad, my granddad used to. My granddad's dad used to. It's just like a huge, long.
No, it's nuts.
line
My
of
granddad
Ford.
used to work at Ford, actually.
Yeah.
Got one of those gold watches. Your granddad's probably had, like, the 25 years of service or whatever.
The anniversary thing.
Mm.
Yeah, my dad's got, I think it might be a plaque or a certificate or something.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, he's been working there for quite a while now. But yeah, I've done a couple of little jobs there for them, like the video and photos. What is one tip you would give to beginners using a camera?
Shoot in manual mode. That's what I always used to see on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like get into practicing manual as soon as possible.
I guess, like, one of the overarching things for me is that everything is about how much light is coming into the camera. So if you're changing the aperture, that's changing how much light it is. It also does something to the focal length as well. And then if you're putting the ISO up, it's how sensitive it is. And if you're what else can you do? Oh, and then changing the shutter speed, then you're basically seeing things quicker. So there's less light coming in.
Yeah.
Or more light coming in.
So just learn the settings as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Try and get them under your belt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And like, just figure out how you want to capture something that you have in your mind. So a bit like how you were doing with the like storyboard, like picture that out and then go technically and say, right, I need to be here. I need to have like sun behind me. I need to like shoot this way, and then basically do it from that. And then like the more you do it, the more you'll kind of just be doing it instinctively. Like, I wouldn't say shoot in any particular way. I get confused with like aperture priority and stuff.
Yeah,
because it's
what even is. I used to shoot in it, but I don't.
So I think like you set one thing and then everything else is auto. So the priority gets set and then everything else changes.
When it says like ASP, is that all that? When you click it, I'm sure I never.
Do you have to go?
If that's okay.
Yeah. I will run out and look up after you.
Let's just have our own podcast.
Yeah, we're the host now.
Yeah, exactly.
I think where was it?
You're better in front of the camera than I am. I'm very. nervous?
Not
Like,
really.
weird? I don't know. Yeah, you're comfortable. It's good.
Mm.
It's a good trait
just-
to have.
It's just like I don't mind, but I'm not.
Like in front of the camera is okay for me. It's when I have to then speak.
Oh yeah, it probably just depends on person though.
Yeah, that's
But
good.
when I
That's
was
very
younger, I literally never used to shut up. Like honestly, I think
Yeah.
whenever I went to a party with my mum and dad, I
You
feel
was the
sorry.
kid that.
Yeah, I was like the one that would stand there for about an hour just talking to a random person I've just met.
That is good. That is a very good trait to have.
Yeah, but I used to get annoying to the all the guests. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
I would.
See you later.
See ya.
Bye.
Have fun. I used to be pretty out there. Like I wouldn't hide in the corner. I'd speak to a couple people, but if it came to like having a lot of attention on, that was my thing. That's one of the
Oh,
reasons
yeah.
why I couldn't be like a dickhead at school. I
Yeah.
don't like having that much attention on me.
I don't see how people can like just
Class
stand up
clowns.
and walk out of the class or something.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
actually, I had to do that a couple of times. But
No, like just by themselves,
what do you mean?
like without getting sent out, just literally just stand up
Oh,
and walk
right.
out.
Like, oh, I'm done.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
because then
Yeah, but they were
everyone's
just
looking
dickheads.
at you.
Yeah, they were just dickheads.
Yeah, they'll get an hour anyway. So
The most like awkward ones were like in French. We had two teachers in year 11 or year 10, and the man teacher, Monsieur, whatever his name was, he just didn't get along with a lot of people, and for some reason he just didn't like me.
oh,
But he was very funny.
Oh yeah.
oh.
Like we would laugh at him all the time. He was like the slim, very stereotypical French man. He had a tash. You know,
Oh.
now that I'm older, maybe I wouldn't find him as annoying and maybe take the piss out of him. But like back then, we would laugh at him all the time, and he just didn't like the idea that I had to leave my lesson 5 minutes early so I could get my
Oh.
lunch, do my injection.
Yeah.
So every time I'd be like, Monsieur, I gotta go. Like, you know the rules. He'd be like, no, you're not allowed to leave, not until I... And then he'd be like, answer this question. And
Oh.
one time I was like, I'm not answering the fucking question. I'm going to get my lunch.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't ask to be diabetic. I'm just going to go get my
Yeah.
lunch. See you tomorrow. And he stopped me. And he was like, no, you answer the question. And everyone was like just giving me the answer. So I was like, I gave him the answer, and he was like, no. I was like, okay, what the fuck? So I just left the room.
Oh yeah.
That was like one of the only times where I would like walk out. But
Yeah. But that's
in that
for a good
situation-
reason though.
yeah,
'cause-
but even then, like he stopped me, so I would get nervous. Like, why are you
Yeah.
stopping me in front of the class? Like, let
Yeah.
me leave.
Or I hate talking to like. It's like, not someone high up in society, but someone that's
Higher
more
authority.
public than I am, if that makes
Right.
sense. So like, I don't know, like a
Authority.
police officer or something.
Yeah.
Just I don't know.
You know,
Even if I'm not getting in trouble, it's just talking to them. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when you drive and you're driving next to a police car, you feel you're doing
Oh,
something
yeah.
wrong.
Mm.
So it's one of those
Yeah,
weird
yeah.
effects. Like you're not, but
Yeah.
you feel like, oh,
you
They're
feel like
looking
you're
at
being
me.
watched by it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I get that, and I'm not even driving. Even when my dad's driving, I'm
Yeah.
like,
You're
"Oh,
like,
Dad,
fuck."
slow down or something." Just
Yeah.
yeah. Or when they're behind you, when you're behind,
Yeah.
like in front of a police car, you just feel like you should keep looking over your shoulder just to make sure they've not put their lights on or something.
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
I'm not even driving yet, and I'm already
Yeah.
worried about it.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
But yeah, the thing is, we're more conscious of them than they are probably of us.
yeah.
Like they probably see if someone's swerving on the road or something
Yeah.
like
We
that.
don't
they'll-
stand up to them.
Yeah, exactly. Like someone who's driving fairly normally is probably good.
Sixth question is: if you could work in any job, what would it be?
Ooh. You kind of doing it?
Yeah. Yeah. I would like to. I'm going to slightly twist the question or the answer. I'd like to stick doing what I'm doing, but in the future, if I ever get the opportunity to, I want to become friends with a cinematographer, and then not be the main cinematographer for a film, but I want to have one shot in the film that maybe I directed.
Oh right,
Do
yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like set up the
Yeah,
scene.
guest spot of like.
Don't even put me in the credits.
So that would be like a DOP role inside.
maybe like assistant of director of photography, and I just whispered to him like, "Oh, I want it set up like this," and then he or she would do it that way, and then I'd
But
be
just
like,
so you could know that.
just so I know that the way that looks, that was my idea. I don't need credit or anything. I love the idea of that.
Yeah. Start making friends, mate.
I'll try.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Been trying for 20 years.
Hey, I've only been doing it for like 5 years ish.
Oh, no, I'm joking. joking.
It depends. If I wanted an easy, I'd be doing what I'm doing, or I would go for an easier life. I say easier, but I'd do something that was like PAYE, like
What's
for a
that?
bank or something.
PA?
So your PAYE, for instance, like you're paid monthly.
Oh,
And
right.
you're taxed at source. You don't have to do your own invoices. You don't have
right.
to run a business. You don't have to have staff. All that malarkeys. Yeah, just simplify life and yeah, because you can still get like pretty high up. I don't think I'm good enough, or I would have the patience to do like building trades or anything like that. Like it'd be good to be active, but maybe
And it's really bad for you, like for your back and stuff.
yeah,
Like bricklaying, where you're always bending over or something.
yeah, exactly. So that's tough. That is tough work. Like but they get really good rates for it, but it's backbreaking work, as you say. So
I don't even understand the whole, like you said, doing your own tax.
Yeah,
I genuinely don't understand.
no, exactly.
works.
They should, as I say, they should teach it at school.
They should teach that in school.
Yeah, we've been trying to for like ages now, and they're just like, no, you got to learn like something stupid instead. Like we could even do it in PSHE, like other than learning about. I know it's still a big topic, but like knife crime or something, rather than doing that.
Yeah, obviously you don't need to learn about knife crime.
Yeah,
You
just avoid it.
Yeah,
just don't stab someone.
yeah,
Pretty
or
simple.
don't get stabbed.
It's one of those things where a lot of people say that the school system, how it is at the minute, is to make you a good worker.
Yeah,
Basically,
it
it's
is.
to train you into being
Yeah.
a good worker. Like it doesn't really help if you want to be creative. It doesn't really help if you want to be a business person. It's not really geared for that. It's for making sure that you can sit at a desk and work for 8 hours and go home and
I don't
enjoy your
wanna do
lunch
that.
and
That's,
stuff,
That's
you know.
why I'm just.
yeah.
I want to be like different to the rest of the people at school, because they're all going to be like all the people that sit there like with their head down the whole time rather than just having fun.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised. I guess like they could come up with, like if they're into tech and stuff like that,
Yeah.
They might have certain things that go really well. Like obviously money's not the main thing. Like if you want to be happy in your job and you want to be like doing stuff that you enjoy, but yeah, it is a bit of a tough thing to judge, especially when you're so young, like trying to get into certain things. Like
they say money buys happiness, but it kind of does, to be honest.
money doesn't buy happiness, they say, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes your life easier, supposedly.
Yeah,
I think
it
too
will
much
help.
of it can complicate things.
It will help, but at the same time, like there's so many people that I don't know if that's what you're into, like van life and stuff. Like I would do it, not to the extreme some people do, but they will do it so they literally don't have much by the end of it, but then they would spend their entire summer traveling.
Yeah.
So I guess like it would help, but I don't think it buys happiness.
But you googled a van earlier, didn't you? And it was a VW camper, old school.
Yeah, 35 grand.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
I've seen some cheap ones. I don't know why that one was 35 grand.
Well,
I've
it's
seen
probably-
some for like
probably
10.
Are they the small little ones with all like the windows like that and
The
The vintage ones,
The
yeah.
vintage ones, yeah. So like you get VW not campers. Are they Tourers or something like that? Like the new ones.
what are they, the bigger ones?
The bigger ones, like a new body shape, but like the classic looks quite nice and stuff like that. But the bigger it gets, the more like you've seen people with whole like marble kitchens and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah,
Some of them are just like way over the top though. Like they have,
But
like
if you live in it all the time, you may as well spend
A lot of
50
money.
grand on what you live in for the whole year, rather than 300 grand on a
House.
home. If you
That's it. I would do that. Not the big ones where they actually live in them.
yeah.
I want the Volkswagen T3. It's like not the vintagey looking one, but it's a bit more boxy. Kind of would blend in a little bit more if it's like painted
Yeah.
darker color. I want one of them and just like travel all summer.
Yeah.
in it.
Mm.
And then it can just be my main.
What, just
vehicle when I'm
travel
going to work.
everywhere? Just like up to the Netherlands, stuff like that. Just
Well, I don't know how I would be with driving in other countries because I can barely drive properly here. But if I could, then yeah, I'd take it to like Netherlands. I'd love to go Canada.
yeah, Canada's nice.
Don't know if I'd take it there though. I
Mm.
want a lodge in Canada.
Yeah.
Just get one when you're there, I think. I don't think it,
Well, rent one,
yeah, or like buy one. Like
buy one.
they like trucks and stuff like that. They like America, but because they need
Yeah.
like hardy trucks and things like that. So
Mm.
there'll be people who are coming
Selling,
back
yeah.
the other way who are trying to get rid of their campers and stuff.
Mm.
Mm.
But yeah,
Mm.
it's quite a cool lifestyle. But
Yeah,
like
better to do it when you're younger, I think.
yeah.
Yeah. I
No,
don't know,
exactly, I
I don't know
wouldn't be
whether I
able to
could
leave
do it my
Poppy.
whole life though.
A lot
No,
of people
I don't
don't,
think
to
I
be
don't
honest.
think it
Oh,
does. I
I
think
think-
people settle down eventually,
Yeah.
even though they're like, I could live like this all my life, and then they get to 30 and they're like, okay, mortgage now,
Yeah.
and then that's it.
I just think it would get a bit boring just constantly driving. Like,
Mm.
I don't think so.
Well, you park up and then chill. It's like camping all the time.
Imagine waking up in like Switzerland, so fucking mountains,
yeah, but
elks and
think
shit.
about the drive though.
That's fine.
Like,
you
I
don't
got-
have to drive there then leave the next day. A lot of people go there, they stay like a week.
Mm.
If it's like
Yeah.
you're allowed to legally be there, they'll stay like a week and then they'll
Mm.
go somewhere else.
But the
Mm.
thing is, like, I'd done the Ireland road trip, and I thought that was a lot. Think about like driving up to Switzerland or
To be
somewhere
honest,
like that.
Mm.
you have made a point because I've actually never driven longer than 45 minutes
Oh, it
Oh.
is.
because I just come here, there.
You
like,
sat in a
home.
car for 45 minutes though, surely.
The longest
more.
I've been in a car that I can remember is when me and my dad went to get his current car, and that was 4 hours.
My dad and I.
Fuck, my dad and I.
I correct their grammar.
Shit.
Yeah.
How did that slip? Damn.
It's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
this-
longest I've been in a car though. So yeah, maybe you're right. Going to like fucking Switzerland and
Yeah.
spending hours going to mountains.
I done.
Yeah.
I think it was like 9.5 hours of travelling on the way home from Ireland.
Um,
So it was.
Yeah.
It's a long.
I thought you got the plane.
No, ferry. 3-hour ferry. And then,
I got the plane.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 3-hour ferry, and then I done 7.5 hours of driving.
Wow.
So probably about 10.5 hours actually. I got back at like 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Really?
So
Well, I'll let you guys know because I'm going to do a 7-hour drive in October.
yeah.
I'm going to go Cornwall,
Oh, yeah.
so
Oh yeah.
it's going to be a pretty hefty drive at 10
Mm.
2 a.m. as well, or midnight.
What, leaving at 2 a.m?
Leave probably midnight, and then we'll probably get there at like 8 in the morning.
Leaving
Mm.
at, what, are you sleeping through the day then?
We're gonna have to, yeah, because
Yeah.
apparently it's gonna be the quietest,
Yeah,
so
it
it'll be
is.
the easiest.
Yeah,
Cool.
it will be the shortest because of the
Hopefully.
traffic.
Just check they're not doing roadworks because they love to do them at night and shut down like loads of
Oh,
motorways
true.
and stuff.
That's
And
true,
then
that is
you'll be
true.
like going down all these piddly little
Well,
roads.
We're gonna do it so every 2 hours we stop together. So I'm gonna put
Mm.
on my mum's sat nav a
Mm.
location.
Well,
So 2 hours stop, meet up, maybe have a bit of food,
oh,
and then 2 hours again, and then after that it should only be about an hour.
your
max.
parents driving down with you
Yeah,
at 12.
they suggested 12.
Okay.
I just said okay.
That's dedication.
That is
I would have let you go on your own.
by myself and just
Yeah.
meet me there whenever you're ready.
What are the best reasons to start a social platform?
That is a good question.
By that you mean like an Instagram account or
Yeah,
Mm.
Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever.
I'd say I personally wouldn't do it just for like yourself unless you were trying to build a personal brand or unless you had a business, because if you're just showing off the best bits of your life, then that's that sort of toxic behavior.
Yeah.
Get a bit boring and stuff.
Yeah,
isn't it?
exactly. Like, unless you want to share with people you know, or you build a community or something like that. Maybe you're a writer and you want to like
Mm.
say, what do people think about a book that starts with this? Da, da, da.
Mm.
I don't know. Yeah, it could be things that you want to do, but
Mm.
I'd say leave it out. Even though everybody has a social media thing for their personal, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, I would say. Was that your answer?
Yeah.
Okay, didn't want to cut you off. I would say if you're if you are selling something, so for example, as a photographer, videographer,
Yeah.
editor, you could provide product or service. So it would be great to have a social media presence so you can get customers. That's like probably the best way, because word of mouth and networking will do one thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've done it, not for service, but you
Yeah.
have made a video that got 10k views.
Yeah.
So imagine if that was 10k views for videography, and there
Get
was
a couple of customers
100%,
for that.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that would be very good.
I don't know. I don't actually post on my personal Instagram though. I only really post on my photos account on there. But even that, I don't even post on there that much. I've mainly stuck to YouTube the whole time, not expanded too much, because then it will end up be really hard to try and cover all of the different platforms to do on. But that's what I've just found out.
But in your case, because you do a lot of shorts, I think you could just post them on TikTok and you don't even have to spend time on them, because the shorts are already made.
Yeah.
So maybe not Instagram, but I think you should definitely do TikTok. Like, trust me. I know you say like kids at school, maybe delete the account and just make a new account.
Yeah.
I see potential in
Yeah,
your
gaming
videos.
clips
They can
do
be
pretty
very
well.
funny.
Yeah.
So
Especially with all the like noises and wow, you know the sounds. Where it's
shouting
just,
and sound effects and
it's-
stuff.
Yeah.
I've found that loud means funny on YouTube apparently,
right.
because this kid, he got, when was it? It was about a year ago. He used to do like trolling videos,
Right.
and he's now got 400,000 subscribers,
Wow.
damn.
and
Yeah.
he's
Is
he's
he just like a
blown
little
up.
screaming boy?
He's about my age or a little bit older, but he does Gorilla Tag as well. But he's now got he's now done like collabs with his favourite YouTuber that he's watched, the biggest like content creator of Gorilla Tag.
Wow.
Just he's
Yeah.
blown up on YouTube.
Yeah.
But just little stuff like that, just like
Gaming is a lot. The community is fucking ridiculous. Like,
it's huge.
do you know Ninja?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I saw Ninja. I was never a fan, didn't watch him, but I saw his career go from whatever he was before to that Fortnite god.
Yeah.
And now he's obviously I don't know if he still is, was one of the biggest streamers.
He's not the biggest anymore. He's still quite big, but don't get as many views as.
But he was, wasn't he? At
Yeah.
one point, like the biggest Fortnite streamer ever.
Yeah, a bit
Which
like
is just
Speed
crazy.
though. Have you heard of Speed?
Yeah.
Have you heard his
Yeah.
latest thing?
Controversy, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you?
I'm thinking I know the same guy. He's in the house with the other dude. Is that right?
Is he in a house?
Are you thinking of Kai Cenat?
Oh, I am actually. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
him and Speed as well, but I think they've done one collab.
Right.
But his latest one, it is bad.
I think Speed is I've seen him, I see his content, like, or content of him all the time, but I don't follow him. He's very over the top from what I can tell.
Yeah. He's
And-
unique, let's just say that.
Yeah, and his latest video he was streaming, and was he playing something?
He was playing FNAF and Chica like jump scared him.
Right.
And he jumped up and started humping the screen, and then his
Oh,
fell
wow.
out. Yeah.
Subtle.
And now everyone, instead of I show speed, it's I show meat. So
Right.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's I mean it's definitely a shit thing to happen.
yeah,
But-
and
Right.
he's been getting like bad comments of him, like people telling him to kill himself and stuff.
Oh, right.
Which is weird. Like what?
Yeah.
It's fucking
Is it,
unneeded.
it was an accident though.
100%.
Yeah,
I
he-
mean, he still probably didn't have to go that
Hump the
aggressive.
screen.
Oh, right.
You know,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was just weird. Like it was an accident. He deleted the stream, I think,
Yeah,
straight
it
away.
was straight away, so he got away with it.
Oh.
Yeah.
But he's got how many?
But people screen record, don't they? To
Yeah, I mean,
to
it's
catch
live,
people
so
out.
by the time he deleted it, people might have even gone back, started screen recording. That's
Yeah.
the whole stupid
Yeah.
thing about
Yeah.
it.
It was bad though. There was like 73,000 people watching,
Oh.
so
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
good.
shame.
it was a lot. But yeah, luckily because he deleted it straight away and then like said that it was an accident to YouTube straight away, he got away with it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
but it was when I think it was like
Just about though, because I saw a
Yeah.
post saying that he might get banned.
Yeah.
And then they said he's not getting banned.
But
Yeah.
that's probably that whole speed might get banned, and then you
Oh, true.
listen for it. You know.
Yeah, true,
like,
true, true.
If you could have any superpower, what would you want to have?
Oh.
We did this, didn't we?
We might have. I've been hearing that actually, if you can pause time, the photons don't hit your eyeballs. Therefore, the speed of light, like as in light, doesn't travel. So
you're
you'd be blind. But it would normally be that. But maybe slow time down loads,
Mm.
and then you could be really quick and like slip in behind people, get on a plane, sit there, travel. So then you fly. Yeah.
Man, I will take. I'm overthinking such a simple, silly question. Yeah, just give me like Spider-Man's power.
Mm.
Climb walls and shit.
Yeah, that just seems fun. Just
Yeah.
swinging around.
Chill on the building.
Would you
or
be?
something.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe either super speed or Spider-Man. Just sounds fun. Just sprint
Yeah.
past everyone. Just
But like, would you still be scared of heights, even if? Well, I'm scared of heights. So like, would you still be scared of heights as Spider-Man? Or would you just be like, it doesn't hurt? So
I just have to test the pain tolerance.
yeah, I guess. Yeah,
Smart.
I think his is pretty good as well.
If you could only take one object to a deserted island for 6 weeks, what would you take?
Insulin. I'd have
Insulin.
to.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
literally
yeah.
have no choice. Yeah, if I can bring like a.
But there'd be no food. So
but I'd rather have the insulin
Yeah,
if I
that's
have
true.
food.
yeah,
Yeah.
You can find food on the island as
Interesting.
well.
it'd probably be quite a chill out thing. So like a barrel of whiskey or something like that. Just be or rum. If it was a desert island, rum, and then just put a hole in it for
Did you say
the
rum?
month. Rum, yeah. And then
Oh,
just
that
get
means
drunk for a
no.
month. Be nice. Thanks for coming by. You've got another
Thank you.
day anyway.
Yeah.
So you've basically retasked Flynn with making a video about his time here. We might put that out as well. So that might be something that will be in the description.
Nice.
Right. And basically we're gonna have a look at that tomorrow when we got a bit more time and when it's all finished. Yeah, it's been really good having you in. Like,
Thank you.
stay in touch like past tomorrow and stuff.
Yeah.
And we'll have you back when you're 200 million subscribers.
Yeah, hopefully.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
thank you.
Cool.
no worries.